Hey there! Hello friends, my name is Pig Cake. You might know me from my world famous magic channel, Pig Cake. Ellusionist.com has paid me quite a generous amount of money to come in and provide my services to the channel. So what does that mean? Well, it means you're getting tutorials. It means you're getting reviews. It means you're getting commentary. It means you're getting everything that Pig Cake has to offer. That's right, you're gonna see me here often, and I can't wait to bring you along for this magic, wondrous journey. Today I'm gonna show you guys something simple, a tutorial. I thought, you know what, we're going back to black, why not go back all the way to when Ellusionists did tutorials? They showed you fun stuff that you could show your friends and family and have them realize that you've never seen a shape of a woman naked. But that's okay, you don't have to know what a woman feels like. Put your hand on the screen. Go ahead, put it right on top of mine. Yes, I feel the connection. We are one. Today, of course, we're making use of one of my favorite decks of playing cards, the cohorts. Am I saying that just because they're paying me? Maybe. When you buy a brick of these bad boys, it comes out to less than $5 a deck for a marked E7 finish deck of wondrous playing cards. Oh boy, am I excited to use these. So here's what I'm gonna show you guys today. It's just a simple false cut. Look at this. Nothing too flashy, nothing that stands out too much, and yet with that the deck is still in the same order that it began. Sometimes you want to do a false cut that doesn't necessarily draw too much attention on itself. And this is perfect. Look at this. It doesn't look like it's too fancy. If you want, you could dress it up a little bit like that, but you don't have to. That's the magic of this. You could even turn this cut into a simple card production. Watch this. Look, let's say I want the King of Spades. Well, guess what? I got it. Now let's say you say, hey, that's not enough, Magic Boy. I want the other kings. And I go, you know what? All right, here are the other kings. Just like that. You get what you want. What else do you want? If you wanted the aces, look, all I had to do is just rub them, and you get the aces. Huh? Is that what you wanted? What else do you want? Do you want me to find your father? So let's talk about the cut first. All you're gonna do is lift up on approximately, I would say, more than half of the deck. Because with this deck, you're gonna do a variation of the Stuart Gordon double lift, which looks like this, right? It sounds fancy, it's not. All you're doing is just letting your thumb slide along the back end of the cards. But what that does is that it just adds a nice little rotation to the cards. So it just looks like this nice smooth action where we're just cutting the cards and turning them into a face-up position. Now at the same time that you're doing that action with the right hand, here's what the sneaky left hand is doing. We're just simply gonna hold the cards like this and we're gonna execute the beginning of a one-handed cut. Now, if you don't know that, I suggest going out less. So you're just gonna hold the cards up here, straddling them using your fingers, and you're gonna allow a certain portion of cards to fall off into the hand. Now we're gonna use my uncle's favorite finger to push up on that packet, and that is what's gonna allow us to bring that packet over and do a one-handed cut. However, we don't wanna actually complete it for this particular cut. So when we combine the actions, we're just flipping this half over and then doing a one-handed cut. Now at the same time, we're gonna just revolve this half on top of the half that's on the bottom, and now we're gonna coalesce the cards, but not entirely. As we coalesce the cards, we're gonna sneak our little dirty finger there to keep that separation. Because in a moment, that separation is gonna turn into a thumb break, just like that. So as I'm finishing up the cut, the last action is just gonna be a swivel cut, where I take this upper half, swivel it over, so I'm using my middle finger there as a pivot point and swiveling that bad boy over to my left hand, where now I could bring this half and complete the cut. So let's do this in super European slow motion, because Lord knows you guys need instructions as slow as possible. So watch, look. Stuart Gordon, one-handed cut. Flip this over, drop that on top, do a swivel cut with the upper half because of the break, and now finish off that. That's all it takes, and now you have a very simple false cut. Now for the production, it's just as simple. Magic's not hard. We try to make it seem hard because we're trying to prevent people from coming into our little circle of friends. But no, bring them in, and then tell them to shop at Ellusionist because they're paying me a lot of money. So we're gonna do the action of the false cut until we get to this point over here where we're swiveling the cards. Now when we swivel the cards, instead of just depositing these cards like you would normally, we're gonna do the exact same Stuart Gordon move, but with this remaining half. And because of the friction of our fingers on that half, we're just gonna allow that upper card to remain in our fingertips. That's it. That's all we're gonna do in order to produce the card. So once we get to this point, the friction is just gonna allow that card to remain in the hand. So one more time here for my European buddies. We're swiveling that card over. We're doing the very same Stuart Gordon flip. And here, I'm just allowing all those cards to fall over and flip like a book. But because of the friction on my fingertips, I'm going to be allowed to take that one card from the top, and now that card is face up and produced. So at speed, it just looks like this. And we've produced a single card from apparently a shuffled cut deck. But of course you want more. You want more because you're never satisfied. So here is the way we would produce the 4 aces. We just simply turn the 4th ace from the top, face up, and we have the other aces on top. We're gonna do the production here until we get to this point. We produce the card, and now that is gonna be our misdirection to just get a little break right here underneath the top card of the deck. This is a Harvey Rosenthal move where we're pressing up on this upper left corner and putting pressure with our forefinger that puts a little bubble there. Look at that, puts a little bubble there and allows us to sneak our dirty little finger right in that slit. So now I'm just gonna flip this bad boy on top of the deck, lift up these 2 cards as one, and here I'm gonna do that very same Stuart Gordon move that we talked about before. The only difference is that now as I rotate these 2 cards, I'm just gonna split them just like this. And now look at what I'm doing with my dirty, sneaky left thumb. I'm just gonna take this card and revolve it around the upper left corner. So that's what I'm doing at the same time. So when you combine that, look at that. It just looks like those 4 aces come from absolutely nowhere. So after the cut, it's a nice way of producing that bad boy and just making it look like you know a lot more magic than you actually do. So if you want to do this and show the ladies, I recommend against it because they're going to know that you don't even know what to do with them. But here's the thing, because you're a magician and you're never satisfied, you want to know how you could turn them into a different set of cards altogether. So here's how we do that. We're going to take the 4 kings and place them face up. We're then going to take an ace and put that face up, and then we're going to take the remaining aces and put them face down. So now we have this mess that's going to allow us to not only produce the aces, but then turn them into different set of cards. Little bit of a virgin tip here is that if you want to make things easy on yourself, take the face up cards and bend those bad boys. That's going to save us a little bit of time when it comes to getting a break later. So we're just going to do that same false cut from before, produce that ace. We're then going to produce the 4 aces just like I taught you before. And now look at this. We're left in a position where we could take the aces, and because of that little bend, all we have to do is lift up with our sneaky thumb, and we have what is a break underneath all those other kings. So all you have to do is just lift up with your thumb, and you have a break underneath all those cards. So you're just gonna lift up with your thumb as you show these remaining cards, and now look at this. I'm gonna take all of these cards, which is 4, turn these face down on top of the deck, and spread off these cards just to myself. I could put these on the table. I could put this on the back of one of my participants. You just have them bend over and you put these cards on their back and use them like a table. And then you rub it a little bit and they turn into a completely different set of playing cards. So look at what you have from one cut. You have a production of a card. You have a production of 4 aces, then they turn into the 4 kings. And all you thought you were getting was just a simple false cut. No, my friends, that's not how I do things. You liked that, didn't you? I know you did. I felt it. I saw it. I'm always watching. So that's the video, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it because you're going to see way more of those in the future. You're going to see tutorials. You're going to see reviews. You're going to see commentary. You're going to see all of that for many, many years to come. Oh boy, does it feel good to be part of the Ellusionist family. Now all I have to work for is the love and affection of my new father, Brad Christian. So make sure to do all the things that people do when it comes to videos. They leave a comment, they like to do things like that because it helps YouTube think that this is a better channel than it actually is. I'm gonna go and watch you sleep.